Hi everyone, my name is Vince Laverne and I serve as the coordinator for our math department at Shawnee Mission South. I wanted to take a little time to talk through the top priorities we have in our math department. A big thing for us is we want each of our students to have 4 years of mathematics while they're in high school, and we think a critical component of that is that they are appropriately placed in their ninth grade year. And so I want to speak to that specifically and especially look at Algebra 1 compared to geometry for our ninth graders. I'm going to show you this visual. This is 4 years for a student who starts in Algebra 1 compared to a 4-year progression for a student who starts in geometry. I'm going to really focus on these two situations, although your student may be starting ninth grade in a different course. As I talk through these, what I would like for you to see is that this progression is what we would call our standard progression. This isn't behind a year. This is our standard progression with a ninth grader in Algebra 1. And what I'd like for you to notice is what they can do by the end of high school. They can end up in a college algebra course, which has potential college credit attached to it. There are lots of options along the way, but I do want you to notice that even with a student starting in Algebra 1, if they do well, they can finish in a math course that has college credit attached to it. Compare that with a student who starts in geometry. A student who starts in geometry has even more options, but what I would like for you to notice over here is AP Calculus. A student who starts in geometry as a ninth grader should end up in calculus their senior year. They also can get to a lot of other options, but I really want to highlight that they should finish in calculus by their senior year. This is an accelerated pathway. To start in grade 9 geometry, that is accelerated. That is not our standard. I have quite a few parents ask me about Algebra 1 versus geometry, and perhaps it's a student who in 8th grade took Algebra 1 and then is trying to decide what to do as a ninth grader. One of the main things I would want to emphasize would be to look at if the student feels solid or shaky on their math foundation. If they feel shaky on their Algebra 1 foundation, then I would strongly recommend that they revisit that again as a ninth grader. I would strongly recommend that. If they feel solid on their Algebra 1 foundation, then let's move ahead into geometry as a ninth grader. Part of that conversation would involve, in terms of feeling solid or shaky, how did they do grade-wise? How did they do on test scores in particular? Did they need to make use of retake opportunities? Or did it happen that on their first attempt on their test that they scored really quite well? And I would say the gray area on that would be if you scored a low B or lower, then really think about Algebra 1 possibly. Or if they scored a low B or higher, then we're probably looking at geometry as a ninth grader. Again, notice it's that low B range that's a little bit of a gray area on what is the best fit. Okay, so I hope these flowcharts might be helpful for you. Feel free to screenshot these or watch this video as often as you like. I do also have a flowchart here for what if I start in honors geometry, what will happen over the 4 years, and what will happen if I start in honors algebra 2, what could happen over those 4 years. And you may have some individual questions about those paths as well. Here is the contact information for our counseling department, and here is my email address. Again, my name is Vince Laverne, and if you would like to ask any questions about your particular situation or any clarifications, I hope I've communicated clearly with what the possibilities are here at Shawnee Mission South with our math department, and please feel free to contact us if we can provide any more clarity. Okay, thanks so much for your time, and have a good day.